There's a dangerous and sometimes deadly hazard on roads in every state, and it's likely you've driven past one.
It's called a blunt end rail, and while the federal government banned its installation on U.S. highways, it's still allowed on rural roads.
Experts say these rails can spear vehicles at speeds as low as 10 miles per hour, with collisions sometimes ending in death.
This is Cameron Epp, a 6-year-old boy who died in rural Kansas after he was impaled by one of these rails.
Reporter Kristen Crowley sat down with his parents to learn more about how deaths like this could be prevented.
It's often quiet in the rural town of Turin, Kansas. But whenever the wind blows...
It's Cameron. When we can't see him, we can feel him and we can hear him. The wind chime, it's him. Whenever he can't speak, he sings to us.
It's a little bit of comfort for parents in the midst of tremendous pain, losing their 6-year-old little boy, Cameron Paul Epp.
As a parent, and the grieving process there is no answer to it. I mean, we're just coping.
Kayla and Brian Epp aren't just coping with the death of their son. They're grappling with how it happened, driving home from the store.
I looked back.
Just a half-mile from their home.
One hand on the wheel.
She looked back at Cameron for just a second.
And I said, "Hold on, bud, we're almost home." And then I hit the bridge. I remember seeing the tip of the guardrail come through, and I saw the airbags go off. It speared the front seat through the window and took him with it. He had been flung out at the bridge. He was underneath the bridge, basically. And I had walked over there, and I remember seeing the front seat of the car, or the truck, and his shoe, and then his legs. I never saw all of his body. I saw enough to know that he was gone. I blamed myself like a lot.
Still does.
5-year-old daughter Taylor was also in the truck.
We didn't have even a bump. We walked from the accident literally home.
Which left Kayla wondering about the rail.
My first response was, has this happened before? Like, has it ever speared somebody?
The answer to that is yes.
Fatal crashes into non-crash-worthy fixed objects like this occur nationally every day or every week.
That's Ronald Fowler, a research professor at the Midwest Roadside Safety Facility at the University of Nebraska. He says the object Kayla hit is known as a blunt end rail, a single fixed piece of steel with nothing on the ends to cushion a vehicle. Fowler says those rails were built to be barriers for horses and buggies. And even as cars became more common, the rail designs didn't change.
This really not designed as a crash-worthy barrier system at all.
So why is something that is not crash-worthy on the road?
Well, because they were put on the road for their purposes in that era.
Today, he says they are known to be dangerous, with a history of spearing vehicles.
The guardrail. With an end like this, it can spear right through your car and you.
It's why the Federal Highway Administration ordered them removed from all U.S. highways more than 30 years ago. But the FHA doesn't have the authority to make those changes on state and county roads.
Why is something that's not permitted on U.S. highways allowed to be on something like a county road?
Well, on a county road, it's an old standard, and they just haven't really upgraded those standards because they don't have resources to do that.
Fowler says counties often don't have the money to put in safer, more expensive infrastructure like this. That's why these types of rails are not uncommon.
They are out there throughout the United States on those lower volume roads, rural roads.
Is there any safe speed to crash into these?
Maybe 5 or 10 mile an hour might be something that you would take a chance on. I'm not sure I'd want to do 10 on the side either.
The speed limit on the road where Kayla crashed is 45 miles per hour. Fowler says it's likely most rural counties don't know how dangerous these devices are, but says there is a solution to this problem.
Really what can be done is try to raise funds, for one, for state DOTs and counties to be able to afford safety improvements. And then two, it's educating and training, the engineers around the United States, city level, county level.
Fowler says they've had success doing that in Nebraska, where state funds helped replace old rural road infrastructure dangerous to drivers. But without help from the states, he says, these dangerous devices will remain. The Ebbs say one day after Cameron's death, the bridge rail was replaced with another blunt end.
To put the same exact one up is kind of a slap in the face, and it's very disrespectful to my son.
This is what hit the truck right here. It's just a deadly fixture just waiting for somebody else.
The Ebbs drive by this rail every day, a constant reminder of what they lost. But just a few feet away,
I stop by it every other day. Just me. I walk down here when things get tough.
a memorial for Cameron reminds them of their bright and happy little boy,
It's peaceful here.
with plenty of pinwheels and wind catchers. And amid the grief, there is also hope that Cameron's loss can be the impetus for overdue change.
Make a purpose out of this. It's the ultimate cost, his life. I mean, let it be known that this is a deal. This is an issue.
We made multiple calls for months to the Reno County Public Works Department in Kansas, which is in charge of this stretch of road. No one ever returned our calls. Fowler says he encourages states and counties to reach out to the Midwest Roadside Safety Facility, which can help guide them in making sure their rural roads are safer. Fowler did tell us that most counties are allowed to do what is called replace in kind, meaning if a rail is damaged, counties can replace it with whatever was there, even if it's dangerous. In his professional opinion, he told us the bridge where Cameron died is better off having no barrier at all.
To report a potentially faulty or improperly installed rail on a state highway, you should contact the state's Department of Transportation. For county or rural roads, contact the county's highway department or county administrator.